distance relationships. So, let's consider what are some keys to succeeding.
Well, first of all, I want to ask you, would you consider getting into one now?
It depends. I would say probably not. I don't know how I would start a long distance relationship.
Well, you'd meet the person, you get into this relationship, and then suddenly he has to go away. And there you go. He lives in another city. Maybe he was here on a break. Maybe you guys were in uni together, or you was doing
I would do
uni together, and then you finished uni, and he goes back to where he came from.
See, I wouldn't be averse to a relationship like that. But if it was a relationship that literally started, like I'm here, you're there, and we connected over Facebook.
Yeah.
Or connected online or something, and then conducted this relationship. That relationship, I don't know how you would do that. I don't know how you would do that.
Yeah.
And that one I wouldn't do.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But you do hear some stories of people having success with that, but I think you hear more horror stories than not.
Me personally, I cannot do a long distance relationship. I need you here with me.
Oh, bless.
Maybe I'm a bit needy, but I don't like the idea of us, in 2 different countries, 2 different cities, doing, just, I don't know, how do you do it?
Yeah. Well, how did you do it when you guys were separated? What were the essential? Yeah, you were married, but still, people have times of separation and things can fall apart. So, because a lot of the fact that you're not physically together, so you're saying that you need the physical presence, and that that's a core need at the end of the day. Remove that, you do have to start to work a lot harder to keep your level of intimacy high, to keep you committed to it. So without being naughty, Daisy, you're giving me your naughty face. Maybe we shouldn't venture into this part of the conversation.
Just, the phone is a very good invention.
But what were some of the things that are important? All right, I'm going to give you some things. I'm going to give you some things, and then I'm going to give you some texts.
Right.
Oh, Lord have mercy, help us. So I think that a thing that is essential is trust.
Yeah, you got. And I think that's why it helped that we were together for like 4 years, and we got married for a year or 2, and then he went away. But if it was brand new, I have nothing to base my trust on, and now you're off. You know what I mean? I would not want to live with that level of insecurity. Like who's in the background?
Yeah. Where are you? I like to watch like a lot of action mystery stuff type things, and so they do the lie detector test, right? And they'll ask you a question where you can lie so that they can see what you look like lying. Okay. If I don't know what you look like lying, how do I know you're telling the truth?
Well, you don't even know what I look like. I've forgotten. It's been like 3 months. I don't know if you've gone a beard. I don't know what you've done. Like, do you know what I mean? It's
true. How do you do it? All right, well, we've had a couple of texts, so let's read those. So texter 398, our friend Jojo. Hey, Jojo. She has said, no, ma'am. Could not be in a long distance relationship. I'm just greedy. I want my man in semi-close proximity. I like kisses, hugs, etc. I'm selfish that way. Well, Jojo, if that's what you like, that's what you like.
With you there, high five.
Yeah, I would be okay for a time. Depending on what it was for, though. If you just wanted to just jet off.
Well, this is the thing. If you have a partner, husband, wife, whatever, whose work requires them to get off for months and months at a time, I'd cope, but it's not the best for me.
And some, because there are a lot of relationships that do work like that, isn't there?
Yeah.
We mentioned military, people who, I don't know, celebrities, I guess.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of people that have wives in other countries as well that work like that.
What?
Second wives, literally another life in another country. I know of that very close to me of where that has happened.
Yeah, okay, but so this is not a positive to supporting long distance relationships.
No.
But this is
I think
some of the
overall-
fears and problems you could venture into.
Overall, I'm not in support of long distance relationships.
Well, texter 018 has said, myself and my husband courted for about 6 months prior to our wedding. It was long distance. After we got married, we were apart for over a year.
Wow.
Long distance relationships do work, but I must admit it takes a lot. Everyone I knew, our families included, complained about how much time we spent talking on the phone. It was financially strenuous, but we came out stronger. It takes a lot of commitment, and the God factor kept us during tempting situations. Yes, we discussed everything, absolutely everything. So see, it is possible, and like texter 018 says, I think it forced them, maybe they were successful because they were forced to be very open and very honest and foster that deep level of trust. And the people in your life who you are the most open with, the most you with, are the people you're the most intimate with. And when I say intimate, I don't mean necessarily in a physical or sexual way, but your best friend is someone who probably knows all of your secrets, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you can be that level of honest with somebody, then should distance even matter?
Yeah, I think that distance matters because relationships are not just airy, they're not just talking. Relationships are there's a physical aspect of relationships that are important. And I'm not just talking about the sexual thing, just a physical touch. That's very important to build that connection.
Do you think, all right, when you're saying physical touch, I'm reminded of the love languages.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's your love language?
Yes.
That's how you express. You don't express love by touch. You don't love me. Hey, you don't love me. I understand.
But listen, you find that I do a lot of this.
Don't
I'm
touch
touching.
me.
Right. See, I receive messages as well.
So
and
that's
learn very quickly.
So that's how you most experience love.
Yeah,
through physical
I'm like
touch.
Jojo. I like a lot of kisses. I like a lot of hugs. I get my security from that. But just you on the phone saying, "Hey, baby, yeah, you know I love you, don't you? You know that. You know that."
So for some people though, like just to be able to talk and to be able to speak honestly of themselves and have that focused attention might be the way that they receive love. So whether that be in the same vicinity or whether it be over the phone, it's still the same thing. So they're feeling loved up. Well, congratulations to you, 018. I believe I have hope, and maybe we'll see what happens. So I think we should have a track, and then we will keep it moving. We're going to have Nick Brewer featuring... so JP Cooper is featuring on the playlist today. So this track has got JP Cooper in it, and it's called Miss Online Superstar.